Some call her unfiltered, real, some call her too controversial for her own good. Let's talk about Rebel Kid and why people either dislike her or loves her like crazy. In my opinion, Rebel Kid brings like a shift in the internet, at least in YouTube, that fake niceness and all of those things are good, but it's not real. She's like the real authentic YouTuber in a very long time. At least in India, she's very outspoken. Like everybody would be thinking it, but she'll be speaking it and louder. You know what I mean? And I like that about her. She doesn't sugarcoat anything. She says it how it is. Even I like the self-deprecating humor. Maybe it's not for a lot of people, but I really like it because I have that. So it's kind of relatable, and it's kind of funny when like you acknowledge that you have shortcomings too and you're not too cocky, you know what I mean? And nobody's perfect, and she says that all the time. People say that she's influencing the youth that drink, abuse, do this, do that. Fun fact, Gen Z's are the least drinkers ever in any generations. Gen Z do not want to drink, which is amazing. And she's a Gen Z, okay? And people always talk about her age, which I don't know, the internet's obsession about everyone's age. Like, why do you care? And like, I understand, like, sometimes you want to know a creator's age to be like, hey, are you old enough to be acting that age, or you are young so we can forgive? I understand that bit, but I just feel like everybody's been acting crazy. You just never had internet before, you know what I mean? Nobody was being exposed to anybody like this, I feel. Everybody was acting this way, we just couldn't see. So, why am I talking about her? So it all, like, I have always liked her. Even when the controversy happened, I just thought, okay, people are gonna, like, if one person watches me, great. If two people watches me, I am cancelled, okay? Because it's gonna be polarizing. So just trigger warning here, okay? Anyone on the internet who gets too big, okay, because the pendulum always swings. Anybody who you think is so cool and so funny and so, like, whatever, quirky like you, and you relate, you're like parasocially friends with them, right? Whenever they get too big, for people who made them big just get this feeling that you're irrelevant to me now because your lifestyle I can't match up with. You have certain problems I dream of. You know what I mean? So it just, like, it creates a disconnection. But I personally feel that she is still very rich, beyond rich, multi-millionaire, but she still keeps up with that relatability factor, which I feel like it's very rare and it's only authentic. Otherwise, I feel like you can't fake that kind of relatability, especially with that kind of money and like the attitude she has, that she doesn't care about anything, anyone's opinions like that. So, and people on the internet has like this interesting way of putting people on a pedestal, okay? Even if you are a little nobody and you start making content and you get, like, viral, and like people start liking you, you start, like, doing it full time, it becomes your job, then people start putting you on this pedestal that you're a celebrity and you are a role model, you should be PR trained. And that's not what content creators are. Content creators are people who are bored, who does not have a very huge social life, and they have a quirky personality, and then they get on the internet and talk to online people, and if people like them enough, they get to make this a job. They are not PR trained, they are not actress or actors or anything like that, in my opinion. She always said, I am not a role model, use your own common sense. You can do that. See, for a normal person, it's not possible to be drunk 18 hours in a day. But for her, it could be because she's a content creator. She has made that money. She has passive income. She can make a normal get ready with me and she can make millions out of it. So she has done her work, okay? We people like you and I, we need to go to 9 to 5, okay? We need to work our asses off for literally pennies. And yes, I understand, like, there was a rumor which was obviously for, because come on, math is not mathing and I'm not good at math and I still could tell. So I'm sorry, my eyes are red because there's allergies, or maybe I'm just like getting older. I don't know. Anyways, people on the internet was talking about her making like 40 lakhs a month or something. Okay, I don't think that's true, first of all. I highly think that's not possible. But if she is, good for her. Radhika Seths make that much money. Meghna Kaur makes that much money. A lot of Indian YouTubers are making that much money. Fakra Insan is making that much money. Trigger Insan is making that much money. Elvish Yadav is making that much money. Kerry Minati, insanity. He makes crazy money. I feel like he does not post as much. I think it's just his hobby. He actually wants to be a singer. I think he's very vocal about that. Also, I really like Kerry Minati. Like, from what he has, like, the way he has built his empire, the way he represents India, like in like the whole Asia and the world, I just I'm very very impressed and very very thankful for that representation. Uh, and who else is BB Ki Vines? Oh my God, we all love BB Ki Vines. He he could be making insane money, but I'm just saying, like, I don't think Apurva is making that much money yet. And if she is, good for her, more power to her. I would love to see anyone make that kind of money, because I dream of making that money. You should dream of making that money. I wish you make that much money. A month, a week. You deserve it. Of course, you deserve it. Don't question it. I think that's fine. But people like you and me, we can be delusional about it sometimes, that maybe we can wake up tomorrow, open a camera and make a video and go viral and make 40 lakhs in 2 days. That's not a possibility. She has been working on this for ages. I remember her making videos when she was getting like plays Get Ready With Me or whatever. She has been trying. Okay, everybody tries for years and years and years and years, and then one day you get lucky and then you get viral or whatever. And people are comparing it to IIT's jobs because they study all their lives. Yes, they do, but it's more like investing in wrong careers in a way, because yes, engineers, lawyers, doctors used to make insane money because they used to study a lot. Back in the day, education was the only thing that could, improve your financial status, add to your financial status, whatever, but education is not what it was before, and it changes, generation and generation. It changes. It's fine. It changes. It's okay. And now it's the digital media. If you get on it and you get lucky and you get viral, then amazing, you make crazy money. And IITians being sad about that is crazy to me, because they were not sad about it when they were making insane money living in India, just because they studied 4 years more than most people. And not even 4 years more. Engineers, normal engineers also study the same. They just went to a certain college and they got placed in a certain college. And we all know how competitive exams are in India. Anyways, I'm not here to shit on IITians. I respect them, but I am just saying that it's okay for her to make that much money. And if you hate on her कि like वो कैसे कमा रही है इतना पैसा, वो कैसे कर रही है इतना whatever, वो कैसे कर रही है ये सब, वो उसको कैसे मिल रहा है, कौन दे रहा है उसको पैसे, अगर आप ऐसा कुछ सोच भी रहे हैं तो आप सोच लें, बट आप बताइए मुझे कि अगर आप ऐसा कुछ सोचते हैं तो आपको क्या फ़ायदा मिलेगा? क्या उसके पैसे कम हो जाएंगे? क्या उसको 40 लाख रुपए से 39 lakhs मिलेंगे पर मंथ? लाइक उसमें आपका और मेरा क्या बेनिफिट है? हम उस पर कुछ भी करेंगे तो शी ऑलरेडी मेक्स दैट मच मनी. You don't know if she gets it from brand deals or she gets it from passive income now because she has investments. We don't know that. So her money is not decreasing. You're just making her more relevant. So she may be making 50 lakhs a month now. So all I'm saying is, किसी और को hate करके, like it's like taking out your frustration. I understand, but it's not gonna be a solution. थोड़ी सी बात कर लेते हैं कंट्रोवर्सी जो लेटन पे हुई थी. आई फील लाइक I might get hate on it, and it's a polarizing thing. It's a very polarizing thing. I'm gonna say it's not rage bait, but if you're gonna get triggered, please skip this part. I saw this on the internet, that on Instagram, where everybody goes to school and get their knowledge. And there was a pediatrician talking that lately we all have screens for everything. We go to the washroom, we take our screen, we eat, we watch our screen, whatever. So it's always screen. If we are bored, if we are heartbroken, we are always on our phones or laptops or whatever, TV, whatever. So we never feel feelings through, okay? Even if we are crying, we will distract. And it's easier to distract, which is okay. It's not a bad thing. But when you distract so much, you don't feel feelings through, and then you become too sensitive. And when we are on the internet, we become too sensitive about stuff. And whatever happened on latent, I've never seen it because it's not my kind of humor. But people who have seen it and my friends, they have always told me it's like it gets way worse. Like it's not for you. You will be offended. You shouldn't watch. So I have not watched it. But from what I hear, that what was said was very like not even the tip of the iceberg, you know. And they got in trouble because they were really famous people. I understand that, and people have a problem with famous people saying certain things, and that's how they get them. They think, but all of them are making money still. Ranveer Alabadi is trying to make a comeback, but I think he's just too hard on himself. He can make a comeback in a second, but if he just gets out of his brain, if he just gets out of his head, he is just too hard to critical on himself, in my opinion. But I think Apurva has reversed it, capitalized on it, and I am crying. Oh my god. Anyways, people should be talking about. She talked about grape threats. She talks about her family being threatened, her mom's mental health, her dad's mental health, everyone's, and like she talks about like really topics should be talked about, and in a way that's not rage baity, in a way that she's vulnerable and she's open to talking about it and like adding to a bigger conversation than her and her situation, which I feel like is brilliant and nothing like what people are comparing her to. People are comparing her to Awkward Code. I'm sorry, she never said that I'm a coach, I'm a therapist, listen to me, learn from me, women this, women that. She has never said that. Does she hate men? No, but Awkward Code does. She hates her exes and her choices in men, and men comes in all of those things, shape, sizes, bad, good, whatever, you, and women too, everybody. So she just has a habit of picking a bad, she has a bad type, I will say, and so do I understand. But I don't think I've never heard her hating on men. I think she hates on men like, oh, men. But it's not like she's hating on men like Awkward Quota. So I don't think that comparison is valid in any way. Now, this is my opinion on Rebel Kid, aka Purva, and I would love to know your thoughts about her. I know people are very polarized about her because her personality is like that, but I really like her. And I think she's what, like 23, 25. I think that's like an age where you figure yourself out. And let her do what she's doing. I think she's brilliant. I think she's learning. Of course, everybody needs to learn, and your 20s are the best part. Like, she's doing her thing, she's not harming anybody. And about the cheating rumor, I feel like the ex-boyfriend is cloud chasing a little bit, because where were you? And if she cheated, then like, don't you think it's your personal business since you are not public facing? Anyways, these are just my opinion, and I'm not saying that people should get cheated on. No one should be cheated on. I'm just saying that I don't like the ex-boyfriend because, come on, I thought you were not public facing.